A very good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome all our participants to our online webinar on MSME schemes for Government of India. Today's webinar is mainly focused on PMEGP, Zero Effect and Zero Defect, Stand Up India and Startup India schemes. I'm Himadri Singh, Deputy Director General, MSME Bharat Manch, and I'm honored to be your program coordinator for this webinar. Now, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Ritika Tantia, Government MSME Scheme Specialist and founder of NAT & Co, and our moderator, Mr. M.K.Anand, for the session. I would like to take a moment to introduce our esteemed moderator, Mr. M.K.Anand, Akka Sea Change Anand. He is a founder and partner at Sea Change Consulting. He is a strategic business advisor and author of 36 Golden Rules for MSMEs. He is also chairman of MSME and ICT panels, Andhra Chamber of Commerce. He is director South of and growth facilitator, advisory board member of MSME Bharat Manch, and Heartful tenor of Wellness and Beyond. Mr. Anand serves MSME as a strategic business advisor since 2002 and handles 1,000+ of projects. He helps entrepreneurs to grow their top line, bottom line with system and process. He is an accomplished expert in the MSME sector who will take us through this session as a moderator. We are privileged to have them guide us through the session and facilitate meaningful discussion. Welcome, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, and a very good evening, friends here. Thank you very much for taking your time out to join this webinar being hosted by MSME Bharat Manch in association with Rupibas and Sea Change Consulting. Thank you, Himadri, for your nice introduction. Friends, you're all from MSME fraternity, I hope, and many of you are entrepreneurs, professionals, consultants, and subject matter experts from different fields. And this is the third webinar that we have been hosting, and every month we have 2 webinars being hosted, in a month. And this is one of the resolution that we have taken, that we have to reach out pan-India as many MSMEs as possible to share insights from subject matter experts. One of the important one of the important gap that we found in MSME Bharat Manch ever since we launched last year is that MSME entrepreneurs do not have a space to connect with many of the experts, because we need more support from the industry. We need more support from the subject matter experts. We also need to know what is happening in the government schemes. We need to know what is really happening in capital market and the entire ecosystem. So the very purpose of MSME Bharat Manch, today we are present across the country, pan-India. In fact, I am thankfully like to share my gratitude. One Mr. P.N. Shetty, who's the president and founder of MSME Bharat Manch, has just joined from his desk. Sir, thank you very much for joining this wonderful program.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Anandji.
And Mr. P.N. Shetty is the the managing director and CEO of Rupibas as well. So they're all keen. All the leaders in the industry are keen to support each one of you, because you also have rich experience in your own industry as an entrepreneur and professional. Let's all collaborate. Let's all exchange ideas. Let's all network. This is also a great platform for you to network. And a lot of goody things are going to be announced as we go along. And today we have with us Ms. Ritika. Ms. Ritika Tantia is the chartered accountant by profession. And she is an expert in the area of government MSME schemes. And she's the one who helps many of the MSMEs in terms of government subsidies. So when I was talking to Ms. Ritika some time back, she said she's super excited to support MSME Bharat Manch. And she's also a strategic advisor for many of the MSME forums pan-India. And she's kind enough to spare her 1 hour time to specifically focus on 4 MSME schemes from the government of India. One is PMEGP, the second is Z scheme, third is Stand Up India, and fourth is Startup India. While I was talking to Ritika, I was also mentioning that why not you focus more about women entrepreneurship. There are a lot of women folks are interested to know about it. She said, anyway, I'm going to cover the Stand Up India and Startup India, so I will be able to cover those areas as well. So, Madam Ritika, thank you very much for joining. Most welcome here. A hearty welcome from MSME Bharat Manch. And now let us listen to you for about 40-45 minutes about various schemes, there are 4 schemes, and subsequently, I'm going to moderate the session by taking questions from the participants, and then we will post it to you, and you can probably share your insights and then move on with our MSME Bharat Manch offerings to each one of them, and then close the session by 5 o'clock max. Is that okay, Ms. Ritika? Hearty welcome to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for introducing me.
Yeah.
And let me share my screen.
Sure, please.
Someone is scribbling in the screen. Let me introduce what is MSME. Currently, 6 crore plus MSME units are functioning in our country, providing. Shall I start the session or shall I wait?
8 minute, Ritika. Dear participants, kindly mute your audio. Anyway, I will mute all of you and then I will allow Ritika 1 minute. Ritika, can you speak? 1 minute. Ritika, can you unmute? Ritika, I will mute everyone. You can unmute actually from your end. Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Ritika. You can unmute and then go ahead. Ms. Ritika, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Can anyone respond, please?
Yes.
Yes, we are. You are audible.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Ritika.
Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Thank you. Let me explain you first what is MSME. Currently, 6 crore plus MSME units are functioning in our country, providing employment to more than 11 crore people. It contributes 28% of GDP of our country and also contributes 40% of Indian exports. MSME Ministry monitors around 40 schemes, and schemes are of mainly 2 types. One is subsidy and the other one is loans. Ministry of MSME has a support of rupees 21,422 crore. State and local governments incentives or schemes are also available. For these schemes and incentives, there is a single system window, that is Champions. What is this Champions? Champions is a creation and harmonious application of modern process for increasing the output and national strength. It is a single system for MSMEs. Here, they promote a unified, empowered and technology-driven platform for helping and promoting the MSMEs. This is a single window where you will get all the information related to subsidies and any other incentives. What is the main objective of this Champions? First, support. To help MSMEs in difficult situation in terms of finance, raw materials, labor, permission, etc. Second, to help MSMEs capture new opportunities in manufacturing, trading, and service sectors. Third one, to identify the sparks, that is the bright MSMEs who can withstand at present and become national and international champions. And now, what is MSMEs? It is classified on the basis of turnover and investment on plant and machinery. Let's understand what is that. If investment is less than 1 crore and turnover is less than 5 crore, that industries is classified as a micro industries. If investment is less than 10 crore and turnover is less than 50 crore, that unit is classified as a small industries. If investment is less than 50 crore and turnover is less than 250 crore, that unit is classified as a medium industries. Now we understand the classification, but what is the first step to avail any subsidy or incentives? First step is Udyam Registration Certificate. Previously, it was EM2 or UAM. All the existing enterprises registered under EM2 or UAM shall register again on Udyam Registration Portal on or after 1st July 2020. On completion of this registration, an e-certificate called Udyam Registration Certificate will be issued. There are many schemes for MSMEs under the central government, state government, and other programs. I have just noted down certain schemes under central government and state government. In central government, all the schemes are same for each and every states, and for state, the rate of subsidy is different for different states. In central government schemes such as PMEGP, CGTMSE, PMMY, that is Mudra scheme, Stand Up India schemes, Startup India schemes, Ubharti Sitare Fund scheme, ESDP. In state government schemes, state package scheme of incentives, state department incentive schemes, that is, it's a state subsidy scheme for manufacturing units, SEDB schemes, bank schemes, local bodies incentive schemes, and others. So we have seen so many schemes under central government and state government. Today I will discuss a few of them with you. Anyone who wants to start their manufacturing or trading or service unit, this scheme is for you. PMEGP, that is Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program Scheme. This scheme is applicable for unemployed rural and urban youth above 18 years of age, self-help group, charitable trust, registered societies, etc. Project cost is maximum to for manufacturing unit is 50 lakhs and for service and trading sector, it is 20 lakhs. Subsidy you will get in 15% in urban areas and 25% in rural areas. And for special category, 25% in urban areas and 35% in rural areas. Let me explain you with an example. Suppose you want to start a manufacturing unit or project cost rupees 20 lakhs. Your own contribution should be 10%, that is 2 lakhs. You will get a subsidy of 15%. Suppose you are in urban areas, that is 3 lakhs, means total 5 lakhs. Remaining 15 lakhs you will get as a loan in the schemes. For financial year 22-23, approximate 85,000 projects has been accepted under the schemes and a grant of rupees 2,705 crore has been made. Till date in this financial year, approximate 22,000 projects has been accepted and a grant of rupees 892 crore has been accepted. For the women, if we want to upgrade our unit, whether it's manufacturing or trading or service sectors, then is it something available in the scheme from the government? Yes. For upgradation, the maximum cost for manufacturing unit is 1 crore and for trading and service sector, it's 25 lakhs. And what will be the cost of subsidy? Subsidy will be 15% of the project cost, but 20% in northeastern regions and hill states. If any women entrepreneurs are here, then this scheme is for you. This is Stand Up India schemes. This scheme is applicable to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, or women entrepreneurs above 18 years of age. If there is any proprietorship firm, then it's okay. But if any firm other than proprietorship firm, like partnership firm, LLP, private limited company, then 51% of the shareholding or controlling stake should be borne by scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, or women. Then only you are eligible for this scheme. And borrowers should not be in default to any financial institutions or banks. Loans should be from 10 lakhs to 1 crore. Enterprise can be manufacturing unit, trading unit, service sector. It's applicable to greenfield project. Greenfield project doesn't means that it should be in agriculture. It means that the first time venture means you're starting a new venture, whether it's manufacturing, trading, or service sector. In these schemes, you will get hand-holding support, information on financing, credit guarantee from the government also. Repayment period for this in the scheme is 7 years, and you will also get moratorium period of 18 months. Already rupees 43,466 crore has been sanctioned under the schemes. If any manufacturing unit is there, then this scheme is for you. State subsidy. Here, the rate of subsidy will be different from state to state. This subsidy is entitled to manufacturing of any eligible products. Benefits available to proprietorship, partnership, LLP, companies, but it should be engaged in manufacturing of eligible products. This benefit can be available to new as well as existing units. Cash subsidy is available in case of plant and machinery, land and building, etc. Further benefits are available in the form of reimbursement of GST tax, bank loan interest subsidy, power tariff subsidy, stamp duty, exemption benefits, and others. In these schemes, our unit is classified under certain zones like Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, Zone D, and Zone A. And on this basis of the zone, the units will be entitled to different subsidies with different rates. I will mention certain amounts of subsidies available in the state subsidies. First one is state capital investment subsidies. What do you mean by this? Here, the investment in plant and machinery, whatever investment in plant and machinery, certain percentage we will get as subsidy from the government. If I mention for West Bengal state rates, then for capital subsidy, for micro industries, just I explained earlier also, okay, what is micro, small, and medium industries. For micro industries, it will be 25% of fixed capital investment for Zone C, 45% for Zone D, 60% for Zone E. For small industries, it will be 50% for Zone C, 30% for Zone D, and 40% for Zone E. Additional 20% of subsidy if the units is wholly owned by women or scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. For Zone A and B, if the units is wholly owned by women or scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, then it is 15% of the fixed capital investment for micro and 10% for small industries. Next is interest subsidy on term loan. Whenever we invest in plant and machinery, we have our own contribution as well as bank finance. For this bank finance, we have to pay interest to bank. In these schemes, we get subsidy on that interest amount. An enterprise is eligible for 55% of interest liabilities for 5 years for Zone A and B for micro and small industries, and 70% of interest liability for 5 years for Zone C, D, and E for micro and small industries. For medium industries, it is 25% of interest liabilities subject to rupees 175 lakhs per year. Next, waiver of electricity duty. An eligible micro, small and medium enterprises for its approved project will be entitled to waiver of electricity duty on the electricity consumed for the manufacturing unit for zone A and B. 50% waiver you will get for micro and small industries for 5 years from the date of commencement of electricity duty, from the date of commencement of commercial production, subject to 25 lakhs per year. And for zone C, D and E, 75% of waiver of electricity duty for 5 years from the date of commercial production. For medium industries, for zone B and C, it is 100% waiver subject to 25 lakhs per year for 5 years from the date of commercial production. And for zone D and E, it is 100% waiver for 5 years and 75% waiver from 5 years till 10 years, subject to maximum of rupees 50 lakhs per year from the date of commercial production. Next is subsidy for SGST. Whatever we pay GST to the government, we get subsidy only on SGST. Since it is state subsidy, so we will get waiver of only SGST. A micro, small and medium enterprises will be entitled to refund of net SGST paid to the government for zone B and C, refund of 30% of net SGST paid for 8 years from the date of commercial production, and that SGST will not exceed 75% of fixed capital investment. For zone D and E, it will be refund of 50% of net SGST for 8 years from the date of commercial production, subject to it should not exceed 75% of fixed capital investment. Next is subsidy for patent registration. When we get any patent for our units, we get reimbursement from the government. Reimbursement of 50% of the expenses incurred for obtaining patent registration, subject to rupees 5 lakhs. There are other subsidies also available like workmen welfare schemes, energy subsidies, etc. But the rate of subsidy is different from state to state. I mentioned this rate for West Bengal scheme only. There's different rates for Maharashtra, the different rates for Assam, Karnataka, etc. And this rate also depends upon the area or the zone in which the unit is established. Every state is divided into these zones. First zone, zone A, is the developed area. The zone B is underdeveloped as compared to zone A. Zone C is underdeveloped as compared to zone A and zone B. Zone D is backward area, but it is underdeveloped as compared to A, B, C. Zone E is backward areas. So the rate of subsidy is different for zone A, B, C, D, E. Maximum subsidy is in zone A because since it is a backward area. And if it enterprises is owned by women, then there is additional subsidy of 10% to 20%. But many people have doubts in their mind कि subsidies और incentives इतने सारे government बता तो देते हैं, but मिलता भी है क्या? मिलता है, जरूर मिलता है. I would like to provide an practical example of my client who is in zone B and he has manufacturing of paper industries. He received approximate 80 lakhs as capital subsidy, interest subsidy of approximate 26,40,000 per year, and electricity duty of approximate 7,50,000 per year. जब इनको मैंने शुरू में बोला था, you are eligible for subsidy, your unit is eligible for subsidy, उन्होंने मुझसे एक ही चीज बोला, रतिका जी मुझे जाना ही नहीं है, सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट को पैसे देते रह जाएंगे और हम लोग को पैसा मिलेगा भी नहीं और हम अपने यूनिट स्टार्ट भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. हम बोले आप मेरे को प्रोफेशनल फीस मत दीजिएगा, तभी दीजिएगा जब आपका निकल जाएगा पैसा. After a year, when he get this money, first he get the capital subsidy. He was very happy, 80 lakhs. So मिलता है सब्सिडी, बस राइट कनेक्ट्स के पास जाना है, राइट तरीके से अपनाना है. Next scheme is Z. This is also applicable for manufacturing units. MSMEs are the backbone of the economy, and therefore ensuring their competitiveness is crucial. This scheme is to enhance MSMEs' competitiveness and transform them as national and international champions, which is the vision of the schemes, thereby contributing towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and make the products in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi का ये सपना है कि इंडिया में प्रोडक्ट्स बने. That's why the scheme is launched. Z. As I already mentioned earlier, कि you should have Udyam registration certificate before availing any subsidies or incentives from the government. The schemes also have. You have Udyam registration certificate before eligibility of the schemes. Z. This is MSME Sustainable Scheme. It has two parts: zero defect, zero effect. Let us understand one by one. What is zero defect? Zero defect, any industries, whether it's micro, small, or medium, in manufacture goods with high quality and zero defects in their products. That is, our exported goods never return to us, which means the quality of the products are so high that the foreign investors can't reject our products, and it will boost the confidence of our foreign investors if the units are Z certified. We have understood the Z, zero defect. Let us understood what is zero effect. Zero effects means the products which are manufactured should not have a negative impact on our environment. And it can also be done through training of labor, creation of knowledge, and it leads to increase our production, introduction of new products, equipments, or methods. Main aim to introduce this scheme is to control the wastage, increase the quality of the products, to know the effect in our environment, and increase our competitiveness. Z has 3 certification levels. First one is bronze. Second one is silver. Third one is gold. All the parameters had certain parameters. Bronze has 5 parameters. Silver has 14 parameters. Gold has 20 parameters. All the units has to satisfy all these parameters to avail this certification levels, whether it's bronze, silver, or gold. We have understood till this, but why we apply for Z? Is there any benefit? Yes, there is incentives when your units are Z certified. First, subsidy on certification. When we had a talk for certification for bronze, silver, and gold, they have a cost involved in that. Bronze has rupees 10,000, silver has rupees 40,000, and gold has rupees 90,000. But you don't have to pay so much cost. You will get subsidy. And for micro industries, you will get subsidy of 80%. For small industries, you will get subsidy of 60%. For medium industries, you will get subsidy of 50%. Next, subsidy on handholding and technology upgradation. A provision of up to rupees 5 lakh per MSMEs has been made available for subsidy on handholding and technology upgradation. Out of this, rupees 2 lakhs to be utilized for handholding support and 3 lakhs towards technology support. Next, financial support for testing systems product certification. In this testing of equipments, 50% of subsidy is available till 2 lakhs. Additional subsidy. When we are manufacturing any products, we are not entitled to our state. We trade the goods in other states also, and we require transport for that. When we are availing railway transport, then we get discount of 45% on freight charges. When we are availing any kinds of loan from banks, there is a processing charges involved in that. But if our units are Z certified, there is a 50% or 75% or 100% waiver of processing charges, depends upon banks to banks. If your units are Z certified, state subsidy is also available. Like in Assam, there is a subsidy of rupees 20 lakhs. In other states, there are other subsidies are also available, and it depends upon state to state. And if you are looking to start a new business, this scheme is perfect for you. It provides benefits that you can take advantage of from the government. But let us understand what is a startup as per MSME. A startup is a young company founded by one or more entrepreneurs to develop a unique product or services and bring it to the market. India is home to 64,441 startup, where Delhi is the startup capital of India. But Maharashtra is home to 33,366 of them, and thus become the highest number of recognized startups. Even 26 recognized investors are leading from Maharashtra among 70 investors in India. There are many startups which have established themselves today with the help of government. But startups' peak year is all-time nurturing, and facing challenges is a daily routine of a startup founder. And these startups have created a world in India where with increase in daily count, they get national awards, different benefits or schemes available from the government. Let us understand what is startup. It should be incorporated less than 10 years. The annual turnover should not exceed 100 crores in a financial year. It should aim for innovation. That is, that product or service should be new in the market. If there is already existed products are there, then it should be improvised. Otherwise, that unit can't be called as startup. It should not be formed by splitting or reconstruction of already business in existence. Constitution can be a private limited company, registered partnership firm, or LLP. In India, India is the third largest startup ecosystem after China and US. For this, India launched India Startup India Seed Scheme. Why this scheme is launched? As a startup, we have lots of ideas, but for implementing that ideas, we need resources. We have innovations, but there is a shortage of funding. And this scheme is launched to solve this problem after fulfilling certain criteria. Government has budgeted rupees 945 crore in the form of grants and debts in the schemes. But what is the criteria? What is the concept behind this in the schemes? First one, there is already a mission and vision for a startup. With this mission and vision, the startup founders had certain milestones for next few years, how to get there. The initial ideas What will they create? Values. Either 2 or 3 entrepreneurs or co-founders with their complementary skills and ownership plans, maybe with their additional team members, can do this. Second one, prototype development. What do you mean by this prototype word? It means the products or services you want to launch will undergo testing and examination to determine if your intended approach will work effectively or not. Might be it not. If there are some defaults, they should be rectified and examined again. But this process requires additional funding. Therefore, for this prototype, you can secure the necessary funding through the schemes. Third one, products trial. It is a development process where the work on the products or services starts. Funds are required to materialize the business ideas. Market entry. This also required funding. But here, certain things takes place like proof of concept of target mass customer, testing assumptions, gap analysis, rectification, etc. Next, commercialization, like scaling your business, customer supports, customers acquisition, growth of organization, improving quality of the products or services. We have understood how we will get the fund in the schemes, but let us understood what is the eligibility part in this scheme. A startup should be recognized by DPIIT. It should be incorporated not more than 2 years at the time of application. Startups should not have received more than rupees 10 lakhs of monetary supports under any other central and state government schemes. This does not include any prize money from competitors and grant challenges, subsidized working space, founder monthly allowance, access to lab, or access to prototyping facilities. Shareholding by Indian promoters in the startup should be at least 51% at the time of application to the incubator, as per Companies Act 2013 and SEBI Regulation Act 2018. Startup must have a business idea to develop a product or service with a market fit. It should fit in the market. It should be using technology in its core product or services, or business model or distribution model or methodology to solve the problem being targeted. But in certain sector, there is specific emphasis on utilizing technology like defense, textile, social impact, waste management, water management, education, financial services, agriculture, food processing, healthcare, biotechnology. Under the scheme, what you will get as a benefit? You will get a grant and a loan. Amount of grant will be 20 lakhs for 3 steps. That is validation, prototype development, products trial, and a debt of rupees 50 lakhs for the next 3 steps. That is market entry, commercialization, scale up. How we will get this grant and debt? How to apply this? We have to apply this fund through incubators. Let us understand who is incubator. Incubator is a support staff and equipment made available at rent to new small businesses. They promote the innovation of an entrepreneur. A startup can apply to a maximum of 3 incubators. But what criteria the incubators are looking in a startup to get this fund? Your idea or product or services should be unique. Your idea for products or services should be feasible. Your product or services should be such that it creates a social impact in our society. You should have team members so that if you are not there, the team members will support. How and in what ways you will utilize these funds when you will get from the incubators? You should have the plan for that. This is the schemes, all the 4 schemes which I explained you in just. Thank you so much for your patience and effective listening. I greatly appreciate it. I'm more than happy to respond to any questions or concerns you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Ritika, for your detailed step-by-step approach. I mean, very, very informative, and I'm sure participants who are here definitely would have noted down various aspects of the 4 schemes. In fact, we are recording this session. After the session is over, definitely we'll process it, and then we will share the video link to each one of you. I hope all of you have registered your name and your email ID in the Google form. I hope Imadri is working on that. And now, Ms. Ritika, can you just close this slide if you don't mind?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. And what we are going to do is we will be having the session moderation where in terms of taking questions. So people can post their questions in the chat room, or you can unmute and then ask the question so that Ms. Ritika and myself will be able to facilitate. So open to the audience. Kindly post your queries, questions, clarifications. I hope you all enjoy the session as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Sandeep. Any questions from each one of you? Before someone start, I think I can start with my query. Ms. Ritika, you mentioned about the Startup India, and you said a lot of happenings, a lot of things are happening in Maharashtra. You also mentioned about some figures, I think some 80 to 85% or something like that, if I'm right. So how do we really take this information across other states? Since you are working on government subsidies from your organization, would you be able to throw some light how other states are performing other than Maharashtra?
Sir, very good evening. Am I audible to you? I'm so sorry to bother you. Can
Yes, sir.
if you allow me, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, this is Bhaskar Singh. I'm calling you from, I'm speaking from Delhi only. And I'm a banker. And
Okay.
for the last 7 years, I have been doing a practice. Like practice mean, doing giving awareness regarding a MSME scheme to in local area, like in Delhi NCR. But Ritika ma'am just said that PMGP scheme and the other schemes are central government scheme. But according to me, I have a good I have a question that how can we proceed and how can you help me to get this scheme to my client in Delhi?
Great. So Singh directly asked his query. So let me take my question later. You please respond to Mr. Singh. Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Singh, you can go in the Champions website and you will get the link for PMEGP schemes. So from there, you have to fill all the details of your clients and you will apply to the bank. And this schemes is available from the public and financial institutions only. No private banks are giving the loans under the schemes.
Got it. Ritika ma'am, but I wanted to ask you one thing. Since since I did mention that I am a banker, and
Yes.
I do know that how to do a credit assessment and how to make eligibility to provide them a fund. But in MSME, from the last 6 years, I have only, improvised my links. I have a more than 5,000 businessmen who are into my group, but they have been facing a problem to get this MSME scheme. Like there's a scheme by the name of CGT MSME,
Okay.
right? Which is kind of limit. So I appreciate if you just let me know and if you just guide me. And I also want that you and sir together can help me out, and we can provide them a MSME funding. So in a go, they will be improvising their business, and at the end of the day, they will be become a very good part of Indian economic by providing employment and all. So do let me
Absolutely.
know. Yeah, because I feel that I have a good network, but they are something which I don't know, like you people know. So I really appreciate if you just help me out and help my client to get funding from this.
Absolutely. Mr. RB Singh, I can right away respond to this query of yours. So we have with us Dr. Ramesh Kumar from Rupee Boss, and he's also the Director General of MSME Bharat Manch. And in fact, he has posted in the WhatsApp, in the chat as well. You can just see the chat where he mentioned about particular query of yours. His number is also mentioned there. Kindly make a note of his number. His number is 79822188029. So kindly connect with him after the session. So maybe we can explore together on this particular area.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir. I will go to one Mr. Sachin's query, Ms. Ritika. He has mentioned great informative session. We'll be happy to understand to more on zone distribution. Will it be possible to check it as per pin code segregation? Is what the question is.
Yes, we will check as per pin code only. Pin code of the factory we need, not your registered business address. It's only factory unit where manufacturing units are there. Then we will tell you about in which zone is your factory, and you will get the subsidy rate as per that zone applicable.
Great, great. Thank you so much. I hope Sachin is happy on that. And Jay Saini has mentioned, yes, I think it requires a 10 lakh funding through MSME, and we are pre-revenue aid. We have Udayam Aadhar.
Yes.
So it's a pre-revenue. We are yet pre-revenue. That's the stage they are in right now. So you have any thoughts on this?
You can apply to the public financial institutions either on Mudra schemes or CGT MSME schemes. Both are there. And if you are unemployed previously and you are new business starting, you can apply it on PMEGP scheme also.
Great, wonderful. CGPL factory, yes, they asked for Ms. Ritika's contact details. Himadri, please post Ms. Ritika's contact details in the chat so that everybody can make a note of it. Thank you very much. Yeah, and then I'll move to the next question.
Sir, can I?
Yeah.
My name is Samir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My apologies. I had joined the session late, and hearing all the both of you learned speakers speaking. This is really a value add for the community. But I coming from the banking and financial services industry, and basically working in the domain of financial inclusion of the poor. My observation is this so-called MSME, PMEGP, or this scheme, they are not at all welcomed by the bankers. If I go by the dashboard, the most preferred bank is State Bank of India. But if you see State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda. So if you see the disbursal status, it is hardly 3% or 4%, of the applicant. Wherein you will have in State Bank of India, you will have as high as 60% of application being withdrawn by the applicant. So, there is a lot of ambiguity. Bankers are hesitant because it does not have any security as such. And, so though the borrowers have a certificate of MSME and they are warranted by the government of India, yet a financial institution is not excited. And the TAT also is if the decision is happening, the TAT is beyond the 30 days or beyond 45 days. So, the entire kind of, fun of the game is lost over here. So what are we working on this direction? Like how can we help the ones who are needed, who need this funding? Please guide. Thank you.
Thank you, Samirji, for asking these questions. First of all, I want to ask you something. Is there any project report for your client?
Yes, sir. Without project report, we cannot get the MSME certificate.
Yes,
there is
project report, because it depends, all the schemes depends upon the project report and CMA data. Because whatever information you are providing in project report and CMA data, the bank looks at only.
Yeah.
And the other factor is also key, bank is looking on the financial conditions also, whether you can repay their loan or not. They are giving already concession on the interest. And the project report should include your CMA data, because bank rejects because of that only. Because I have faces all these things.
Yeah, Ritika,
And PNB Bank is also there who is disbursing loan under the schemes.
Yeah, PNG.
You can apply in PNB Bank.
Yeah, PNB. It is just a reason as a topper for PMEGP. We read about it. We know about it. But my observation is there is a project report, there is a project, there is a promoter. But when the banker is more insisting on the securitization of your loan. Iska Bombay mein property hai kya nahi hai? Abhi many people do not have a property in Bombay. They stay on a rental property. So, these kind of details, the personal details are also evaluated. The CIBIL is good, ahead of 750, 800. CIBIL is good, project report is fine, experience is there. But the credit department oversees all this and goes into the technicalities. How many of us own a property in Mumbai? Most of us, we have a rental property in Mumbai, and actually in that particular segment, when you are borrowing 20 lakhs or 50 lakhs, so that becomes very judgmental. So I think the root cause needs to be evaluated. Some science has to be explored in this, Ritika.
If project report is there, is CMA data for 5 years are there?
Yeah, 3 years minimum are there. 5 years are also there. The calculation.
Yes, they want 5 years CMA data. And if you are saying that they have experience, means that they have their financials for last 3 years. So you should provide that also. So that bank.
Ritika, I would like to intervene here. Samirji, I think the way you expressed, I think you are from Mumbai, right? You are placed in Mumbai.
Yes.
Samirji, is it okay if you can visit MSME Bharat Manch office sometime at your convenience in Andheri East?
No problem. I stay in the same suburb, so I have.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. I have.
So wonderful. And Dr. Rameshji is also available. Mr. Shetty is also available. Mr. Shetty, hope you listen to his query. So if you can invite him to our office and we can have one-to-one conversation with him to sort out his issue, because he may be having more clients with such problems.
Samir Jadhav, right?
Yeah, Samir Jadhav from
Bombay. You can call us on Monday morning, so maybe Monday second half we can meet in our office in Summit Business Park, that is in Andheri East.
Okay, this is 79822188029. That's your number, right?
That is Rameshji's number. Dr. Rameshji is also in the same office.
Okay.
He's a senior vice president there. 79822188029. Correct. You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Samirji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll go to the next question, Ritika ji.
Anand sir, don't you have any office in Delhi?
Yeah, we do have.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
We do have 2 offices in Delhi, Delhi as well as Gurgaon. So you can meet our people there also in Delhi.
Right. Delhi exactly where city, sir?
Janakpuri.
I stay at Janakpuri only. Where exactly,
Perfect.
sir?
Mr. Dr. Ramesh Kumar will send you the address and the concerned person name and number.
Yeah, you may reach out to me on 79822188029. We will give you the connect at Delhi office also. Not a problem.
I appreciate, highly appreciate.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Singh ji. And Any other queries right now on a chat? I don't find any other queries from anybody. Feel free to ask any queries that you have. Before that, I will ask Ms. Radhika. Ms. Radhika, I started with the first query as to how we can really take this across women potential aspirants. The lot of women at home, professionals, qualified, maybe got married, and due to family situations, they are not pursuing. But now, after some time, after 5-10 years, they want to actually start something on their own. So, what would be your 3-step process if women aspirants wanted to do something on their own in the startup or the startup? I think it comes under Stand Up India, right?
Stand Up India scheme are also there. It's for loans, and if certain women entrepreneur has certain idea, innovation, so they can go for MSME innovation schemes. They have that scheme has 3 steps: their innovation idea, and then design, and their protections. So that scheme is also a wide chapter, but we don't have so much time to explain that.
Okay.
That is
So
also, this scheme is also for women only, women and students.
Okay. If you can have any specific slides, maybe you can share it with us. We will circulate it across our members as well.
I don't have any specific slides on the schemes.
Okay.
But if I will prepare, I will share it with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So further going forward, friends, I just wanted to share something about MSME Bharat Manch. See, many of you are entrepreneurs, professionals, subject matter experts, and we are all as a community, as a ecosystem partner. As Ms. Ritika said in the presentation, that we are the backbone of the economy, 30% we are contributing for GDP and all that. Reaching out to 6.3 crore companies, which is a very huge number. Every half a kilometer from your home, you will find one MSME, one at least micro organization. So as an ecosystem partner, you are all welcome to join MSME Bharat Manch as a volunteer. You can become a member. We don't charge anything. There is no commercial transaction for a membership in MSME Bharat Manch. Already Ms. Hemadri has shared one app in the chat box. You can download the msmebharatmanch.com/register. The link is there. You can download that. You can become a member of our organization. And then you can also download MSME Bharat Manch app, which is available both in Android as well as iOS. Once you become part of our ecosystem, what happens is we will be able to work with you. We will be able to exchange ideas with you. We will take your help also to our members. It is not just about we offer something to you all alone. In fact, you can reverse it. You can offer some value addition to MSME Bharat Manch members. So we all can collaborate. This is number 1 point. Number 2, this is actually mooted and floated by Rupee Boss Financial Services. So what Rupee Boss does is, Rupee Boss is a national distributor for about 100+ banks, NBFCs, microfinance. So what we do is we offer one-step doorstep, 1 step extra mile traveling to the doorstep of every MSME entrepreneur or anybody and everybody who aspire to get loans and debt funds. We go to the doorstep and then we deliver the services from the organization. And we don't charge any upfront fees for this. There is no fees. There are 20 states with 28 offices, Rupee Boss today spread across the country with more than 300 fleet on street, as they call the sales people and marketing people available on the field. So every part of the state. So I would request all of you to be part of this ecosystem, and somebody may be interested to become even partner with Rupee Boss. What we have is called Rupee Boss Business Associate, RBA. You can become part of Rupee Boss Business Associate. You can refer leads to Rupee Boss, and then there is a commercial business terms also available directly from Rupee Boss. And I'm not here to promote Rupee Boss here, but I'm just saying that they are doing a great job of helping people to get loans without making an entrepreneur go 10 times and meet branch manager of any bank. The biggest problem for any MSME entrepreneur is going to a bank, sitting with the manager 10 times to discuss with him to get his loan cleared or not. This headache they are removing in single stroke by offering this value addition as extra mile. So this is about Rupee Boss. When it comes to my organization at Sea Change Consulting, we help you to actually scan the health of the business. If any of your organization or your friends organization entrepreneur want to scan the health of the business, in 15 parameters we scan, and then we'll give you the report. where do you really stand in terms of your each of the areas like HR, IT, leadership, finance, risk, R&D, innovation, sales, marketing, digital, all that. Third, which I wanted to convey to you in this session is that I always ask this question to every entrepreneur. Are you a digital MSME? All of us are MSME, okay. Are you a digital MSME? Have you really brought in any automation, digital transformation process in your organization? If not, so far, kindly initiate this process. Unless and until we automate our business and go towards digital transformation, we will be wiped out in due course of time. The competition, the technology, the disruption, the AML, phenomenally growing. So let us all get, embraced with this technology and adapt to the automation and mechanization. With this, I would like to stop here. And if you have any queries, you can always post. Otherwise, I will leave it to Ms. Himadri. We are already, I think, exactly 5. You can close, you can share with the closing remarks. If not, Dr. Ramesh or Mr. Shetty to share the final words. Over to you, Himadri.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
You want
yes.
to share some views?
Yeah. Thank you, Ritika. I think the information was useful for the MSMEs and for all of us. Looking forward to collaborate with you more so that MSMEs get that support with your experience in that in this domain. Thank you, Anandji, for conducting this session and helping all the MSMEs to know more about the same. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Himadri, for arranging the session now. Looking forward to help more and more as MSMEs in the country today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Himadri, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for attending today's online session. So we extend our sincere thanks to our esteemed guest speaker, Ms. Ritika, and our moderator, Mr. M.K.Anand, sir, for their insightful guidance and expertise to the session. So as we conclude, I have shared the details for there are 2 links in the chat. So there is one link for downloading the MSME Bharat Manch app, where you can avail all kind of services which you are looking for. MSMEs like HR, marketing, mentoring, consulting, anything you are looking for, you can get it from there. And being a part of the member, you can receive we conduct lots of webinars for your knowledge, and it's a free webinar, so you can attend that also. So please register yourself and look forward to be a part of MSME Bharat Manch. And we have an upcoming another webinar on 26th. So I will be sharing all the details over email in next week. So you can be part of that and you can get benefited. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Stay connected. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.